Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well today. Let's talk about something that could have a massive impact on your wallet and the economy as a whole. Have you heard about the newly proposed External Revenue Service? Yes, it's exactly what it sounds like. President-elect Donald Trump recently announced plans to create this agency, and it's stirring up quite a bit of conversation. It's meant to collect revenue from tariffs, duties, and other foreign sources, instead of relying as much on domestic income taxes. Sounds intriguing, right? So now, you might be wondering, what's the big deal about tariffs? Or maybe you're thinking, how does this affect me? Well, tariffs are taxes on imported goods, and while they might seem like a way to make other countries pay more, they often result in higher prices for us, the consumers. When companies pay more to bring goods into the country, they usually pass those costs along to shoppers. So, while the concept of shifting the tax burden sounds appealing, it's a little more complicated when you break it down. Now let's start with why this is happening. For years, the US has relied heavily on income taxes to fund government programs and services. Trump's argument is that by focusing on external revenue like tariffs, we can shift some of that burden away from everyday Americans. On the surface, it seems like a win-win, but here's where things get tricky. Critics argue that tariffs are essentially an indirect tax on consumers, meaning we might still feel the pinch, just in a different way. Take something as simple as your weekly groceries. If the cost of importing certain foods goes up because of tariffs, you'll see higher prices at the store. Or think about electronics, clothes, and even cars, many of which are imported or rely on foreign parts. The ripple effect could touch nearly every aspect of our daily lives. And the timing of this announcement is also significant. With inflation being a top concern for many people, adding tariffs could push prices even higher. That's a tough pill to swallow for families already struggling to make ends meet. So then, why propose something like this? Supporters argue it's about fairness. They say other countries have been benefiting from trade with the US without paying their fair share, and this is a way to even the playing field. Plus, proponents believe that the revenue generated could be used for infrastructure, healthcare, or education, reducing the need for higher domestic taxes. It's a bold vision, but is it realistic? Well, let's talk logistics. Right now, tariffs are collected by US Customs and Border Protection, a system that's been in place for years. Creating a new agency, especially one as significant as this, raises a lot of questions. Will it be more efficient? How will it operate alongside existing systems? And perhaps most importantly, will it actually save Americans money, or will it end up being more of the same under a different name? Another thing to consider is how this might affect businesses. Smaller companies in particular could struggle with the added costs of tariffs. For them, higher expenses often mean tough choices, raising prices, cutting staff, or even shutting down. And let's not forget about potential trade wars. If other countries retaliate with their own tariffs, it could escalate quickly, making it even harder for businesses to operate globally. Now, let's bring it back to you. What does this mean for your financial future? First, keep an eye on your budget, especially for essentials like groceries and gas. Even small increases in prices can add up over time. Second, consider diversifying your spending. If certain goods become more expensive, look for alternatives or explore local options. And third, stay informed. Policies like this can have long-term effects, and understanding how they work can help you make smarter financial decisions. So, what do you think? Is this a step toward a fairer system? Or does it feel like a tax by another name? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Let's start a conversation about how these changes could shape our economy and our lives. Thanks for sticking around to learn more about this important topic. I hope this gave you some clarity and perspective on what's going on. Remember, understanding policies like these isn't just about knowing what's happening. It's about being prepared for how they might affect you. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.